watching One Lisa Show, and today I have just a small waffle of something that a project I'm working on, and I have a feeling some of you can definitely relate. You can see I'm starting to go through some fabric and it looks like that fabric's gonna fall, but it's not. This is my sewing space. It's in our guest bedroom closet, and these shelves here are all knit fabrics and they look precariously perched, but they're not going to fall, yet they look like they are from this picture on my tablet. What I've been doing has been going through my stash of fabric. I have a wonderful stash, and I'm looking through it, and I want to use some of it up for my fall and winter wardrobe. So I'm just going to share with you some of the thoughts I have. I have a couple of pieces of fabric put out on our guest bed, and I wanted to just kind of share my thoughts and see. A lot of you probably know me and my style of sewing better than I know myself at this point. So anything you have to say, constructive or not, would be helpful. What I'm wearing today, I don't remember if I shared this make or not. This is my second Deer & Doe Meliot blouse, and I made one before, same exact size, same feature. Well, I don't have a picture, so I'll have to take one, pop it on the screen. This is how I keep my PDF files, in one of these nice clear folders. They have a nice pop Velcro tab here, and I like that they're clear so I can see. This is from Deer & Doe. I have the PDF version. It is the Meliot or Meliot blouse, and I'll pop in a picture somewhere here, but basically it is a fitted bodice blouse, so it's not too boxy. It has grown on sleeves and then these bands for the short sleeve version, and then there is also a long sleeve version, and you can have it with the mandarin collar or just the collar stand, or you can put the collar on. And in both cases I have for mine the mandarin collar because I actually really like that, and I am looking forward to making one with long sleeves and the actual collar. But this is my Deer & Doe, my second one. I love it. I have used bias. Oh, it's going to be tough to show there. Bias tape for my hems on these because they have a very generous curved hem, which is very flattering, I think, for the female figure, especially where it sits on my body. And I really do like it. It kind of, the back tail covers my tush. So I feel I could probably wear these more in the winter as well, and just wear them out, maybe over leggings or with shorts. And because it's fitted well, it will go, I think, tucked into pants or a skirt very well. I love this top. I love the first one I made. This fabric is a premium cotton print from Joann's that I got a few months back in the beginning of the summer, and I didn't have enough to make a dress, and I was contemplating going and buying more so I can make a dress. And instead I went with this blouse, and I've actually gotten compliments every time I wear it. And I put pale blue, powder blue prim snaps on as my fasteners, so no buttons. I gotta take a sip, hold on. Hi. Come on up. So here's Penny. she needs her attention today. You need attention all the time. That's all you want is attention. So we're going to go through some of these fabrics. Penny's been so generous to lay on them and make them her own the past couple of days while I was playing pattern matching. There's got to be like a match game for your patterns to your fabrics. One of the things I realized is there's so much fabric up there that I really shouldn't be buying more fabric, because my boyfriend, Big Daddy, saw it the other day and he was like, whoa, that's a lot of fabric. You have a problem. I don't have a problem. I have solutions. Let's get started. And I'm not saying these are definitely what I'm going to make. I know. These are not definitely things I'm going to make, but I tried to find fabrics that I think could blend together go with each other depending on what I do make. Right, Pen? Okay. So I'm going to start with this delightful fabric that I've been wanting to use for months and months and months. Actually, probably for about a year. I have been wanting to use this. This is 4.5 ounce petrol denim. So it's very lightweight, almost like a chambray. I got it from Beyond the Pink Door. And if you can see like this tinge of like almost like a bottle green where it's frayed, that shows that hue of the petrol denim. So it's got it still looks like blue, like denim, but it has this like jade sheen over it, a bright jade sheen over it. And so I love this fabric to the point where I need to just buy more from Andrea and stockpile it because it is thin. I think it would make a lovely dress. I don't think I have enough of this for a dress, so I could purchase more, or I could just stockpile a whole bunch of it and then not worry about it and make whatever I want when I want. Simplicity 1369 is just a basic skirt. I haven't really ventured too much into skirts. When I first started sewing, when I first started sewing during COVID, I made a skirt. I made 2 skirts, I take it back. One was just a rectangle with elastic, with an elastic channel, and I sewed it up, and that was a skirt, and I was very pleased with it. And then the other one, I got a pattern, and it was a Simplicity pattern. And guess what? I didn't know how to measure myself because I knew concepts of sewing, and I knew how to sew per se, but I didn't understand the importance of measuring yourself because I thought it would just match up to my store-bought size, and wow, was I wrong. So that was my experience with skirts. I have made dresses, I have made pants, blouses, underwear, bras, socks, but I think I want to revisit the skirt. I think that's a touchy subject for me because of my figure, my shape. But I do like how this model is wearing a simple white short sleeve blouse and it's tucked in to the skirt. I would probably like something in the cooler months to be at the knee or below as well. And so I don't know what length this will be. I won't until I start opening it up and tracing the pattern out. But my thoughts were, I'm kind of taking a hint from Kittenish Behavior. So if you watch Kittenish Behavior on YouTube, she tends to make skirts, and sometimes they're out of a nice solid or a denim. And I think this would be something that I could wear and make sure it's a little tight around my waist so it cinches everything in for some definition. That way I think I can get away with still wearing dresses, the feel of wearing dresses in the winter, but I could be wearing heavy tights. I could be wearing maybe a heavier weight. I could still probably wear shorts underneath it if I wanted. And then layer with sweaters and so forth. But, okay, so this is my thought. It's just something I think would be an easy piece to match with a lot of the fabrics I have on my bed. Speaking of the Melliot, or Melio from Deer and Doe, I love these so much that I have a couple I'm going to throw out and show you some fabrics that I think would be good for long sleeve versions for winter. Next up, I'm not married to this fabric, but it is from Minerva. I have 2 yards of it, but it is very sheer, but it's winter colors. So I don't know if this would be something. I haven't even washed it yet, so I'm wondering if I wash it and try to almost shrink it, it might become a little more opaque, but you can see it's very see-through. This, I was thinking, could be a good layering piece, so then I can wear it over a brown shirt, I could wear it over a red shirt, white shirt, blue shirt underneath. But it is a cotton voile. It has not been washed yet. I've had it in my stash. I have 2 meters of this, and it is soft. I will say it's very soft. It's very thin, but it's the matter of that it's kind of gauzy. It's almost sheer. I think it would be something that would be nice and flowy. But the colors of it make me think fall and winter. And so even I thought maybe this would be good. The feel that the fabric might be good for like a swimsuit cover up, but not these colors because I wear a lot of bright, bold colors in the summer. So I was thinking a Melliot long sleeve with collars for this one. And also for this one, this is a quilting cotton I have from Joann's, and it might still be available, but to me, I bought it last winter and I was going to make a dress, and then I thought, oh, I don't want a white base for a dress. It is somewhat of a bigger print. I love the birds. They kind of remind me of like a Christmas motif. And the colors in here are kind of like a dark navy, a black, a teal, and then like a light powder sage. So this is what I'm thinking to make one of these out of, but with long sleeves and probably a collar as well. I should have enough here to make the long sleeve version, but I think that would look great, especially with, I think it could look good with this. Okay, this is a petrol colored, very fine corduroy. I got it from Minerva. I have about 1.5 meters of it. It's nice. I really like it, and I think it will look good with this. On screen, it's not showing up as pretty as it does in person. The darker colors in here kind of match this, but I think with the lighting, it's harder to tell. I'm open to suggestions for this, but I'm limited. I have about 1.5 meters. I think I could play a little Tetris to make things work. I could do a skirt, I could do pants, or maybe a jumper or a mini skirt. For the pants, this is Simplicity 8841. I have already made 2 pairs of these. I love them. The ones I have made are the tapered leg. Yes, are the tapered leg, and you cannot tell. They're still pretty wide-legged for me. But I'm okay with that because it's kind of an in thing right now, and they're very comfy, but they look like fancy corduroy scrubs. I have a fuchsia pair. I do love these. I would like another pair of these, but I already made a similar, the same fabric, but different color of these. So I'm on the fence on that. The other options would be a jumper. The jumper or pinafore that I was thinking about is in one of Tilly and the Buttons books. It's not the stretch book. It's one of the other 2 books. There's a pinafore. I think that would be perfect. I'll insert the name and a picture of the book so you can see what I'm thinking of. And I think I would have enough for this. The last thing would be maybe a short mini skirt, because what corduroy fabric doesn't look good in a mini skirt? The downside is, will I really wear it? I don't know. I definitely won't wear it in winter in January and February because it's way too cold where we live to wear a mini skirt. Next up is a recent fabric and a recent pattern. This is Birda 6143. There's not a lot on this one on Instagram or on Pattern Review, but I did see a make for version B, which has this nice detailed, it's almost like a little pleated ruffle around the neck and down where the zipper is. And this is a zipper front and then a tie belt. And then there's also a snap belt as well, where it's fastened with snaps. The version on Instagram that I really fell in love with, the maker tied her belt a little bit more firm so you could see the definition, and that's what sold me on this pattern. It says cotton fabrics and blends are suggested. I would love to make this version. And this is a clearance, I think, oh no, this I got at super cheap sale. It was like $2.50 a yard. And it has that pop of that 60s, 70s vibe. And I think that would look good in that dress. There's plenty of this fabric though. If I remember right, I got a nice amount of this. So there's more to make other things. A lot of this. So I actually was going to use this to muslin certain dresses that I haven't made yet. And I still might do that with the extra. I thought that would be a great transitional dress, that Birda pattern. But then I also have Simplicity I also have Simplicity S9116. And I have my hand on the model. But this pattern, I've made the blouse before and I made adjustments first time trying it. What I'd like to do is make it how it does say, so it has those gathered cuffs. And I haven't decided yet if I want them that low or not. I actually might want them a little higher up. But I do think this blouse would also be nice on this and match both the denim and the corduroy. This is the last, I think, of the group of fabrics I have here. We have a Rose and Hubble cotton poplin. This came from Minerva, and it's just kind of fun Hawaiian-y tropical print with the toucans and the leaves and the flowers. I didn't get too much of this. I think I have 1.5 or 2 meters. I'm really into making blouses. And so my standby that I really enjoy is Butterick 6563, which is a pattern by Gertie, and it's simple blouse. And it is also known as Simplicity 9295. Same pattern. Same pattern. I bought this as a backup because I love this blouse. Now, even though we're into, I'm thinking transitional, I would probably make the puffed sleeves, but then have the pointed collar. The ones I've made in the past have had the curved Peter Pan collar, and although I do like it, this would kind of keep it fresh. But I'm considering, I think this is where I want to make that toucan sam. If I don't do that, I'm going to make just a simple bowling shirt. Well, I don't know. What do you want to call it? A bowling shirt, a camp shirt, or Hawaiian shirt, something like that. And there is a new look pattern that I purchased not too long ago. I don't have it in front of me. I would use it out of that and make that shirt as well. That's a lot to go through at this moment. I still have another pile of fabrics that all have a purple tone to them. And although they differ very from the petrol and the teal fabrics that I just showed you, I have this other set of fabrics I'm going to right now briefly go through that I think also would all look good together or with other pieces I have in my closet, and have a chance to wear more of what I have, making things that match what's already existing. We'll start with my base. I have this bright purple suiting, and I think it's a polyester suiting fabric that I got from Minerva. It was relatively cheap. It is a woven, and it's a nice bottom weight fabric, but again, it's a polyester, so I'm thinking this would have to be some type of pants. And the pattern that I have had in my stash that I've been wanting to try and haven't yet is 9376 Simplicity. I've seen a couple of good reviews on these. Naughty Gnome, Sarah Naughty Gnome had to shorten hers significantly. That is also a concern I have as well. So I think I would do a muslin on those also first, or piece together scraps that I have left over and make one. I do like how on the model here, it's very tapered, because most of the pants I have made thus far have been more of a wide leg, even if they say they're not. And having a photo picture and it looks a little bit more tapered really made me feel at ease. It has an elasticated back and a flat front, so it should be easy on. Don't have to worry about a zip. I'm not too scared about zips anymore, but I do like, there's different options on the pant legs. You could put a tie-in on the front around the waist if you wanted to. So there's a couple options, and I really like the pockets, and I don't know if it'll focus or not. It's hard to tell, but the pockets are on the sides. They're set in pockets. And that's very similar to my Stella joggers by Tilly and the Buttons. So I would like that. Trust me, I already know how I am. I think those are fabulous. This was a pattern I hunted and got and still have not made. And it is perfect for fall. And there are 2 variations on this pattern. It is Birda 6265. We have this shorter length with a Peter Pan collar and just kind of like a baby doll dress for fall. Then we have a longer peasant style, kind of Laura Ashley reminiscent dress where it's got some tiers, and it has, it looks like it's shearing that they use for the collar detail, and some shearing around the bishop sleeves. I like both of these. I'm not usually someone that wears long dresses because they kind of look like old school Little House on the Prairie pajamas on me. But I think if I can petite it and shorten everything accordingly, mostly these layers, I could make it work. That's one where I would want to use a scrap of do a muslin on before I went with it, or make this first and then decide what I need to adjust, because it looks like it's pretty similar. The collars are different, but it looks like you just add another tier to the longer length. So these I really want to make. And the fabrics I have, this is leftover from a dress I made my niece. Minerva still sells it, so if I need additional, I can get it. And it's a simple plum and violet colored buffalo check, and it's a shirting fabric, and it was pretty inexpensive. I want to say it was 5 or 6 pounds a meter, and I have a couple of yards of that. So I was thinking the shorter version dress out of this, and believe it or not, the dress I made my niece was almost identical to that shorter baby doll dress. Fabric is just a simple black and white check gingham. I've had this for a while. I don't know how much yardage I have here. I'm guessing 2.5 meters. But also, this could go any way. This could be a Melio blouse. This could be the Gertie blouse. This could be one of these dresses as well. And I think it would look good in any of those. So this one I'm kind of lost with what to do. And I really think the purple, if I made purple pants and had this check as a blouse, I personally think that would actually look cool. I say that now, but if I put it on, I might change my mind, but I am someone that likes to mix colors that don't necessarily go together, or patterns that don't necessarily go together. I tend to do that, and that's how I am. I wear what I want to wear. The last fabric that matches all of those is this gorgeous premium cotton I got on clearance this summer from Joann's. It has different various shades of like a burgundy, a blood red. It's got black, it's got cream, it's got blush. It has this pretty lavender, and then it has this kind of like an orchid purple or violet as well. And I do like that. It's just floral. I bought this clearance. I think it was less than $2 a yard. And I have, I want to say 3 yards of this. So this could be also something, one of those dresses. It could be a blouse, I haven't quite decided, or a different style of dress. I'm also thinking that dress is really similar to like the indigo. So I would be up for making an indigo as well, because I think that probably would be a great fall transition into winter as well, kind of item to wear. So yeah, that's how I spent my weekend. I have been doing some sewing. As you can see in the background, there is a shirt. I can't wait to show you guys, hopefully Friday sews. I've gone through a lot of patterns, and I've gone through a lot of my stash, and some people call it a shop your stash. I'm trying to make items that will go with each other for my wardrobe come fall and winter. Let me know what your thoughts are if one of those fabrics pop to make something else. Yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, or if you had another idea. I also, don't get me wrong, this is not all I want to make. These are not plans. This is just me showing what I think I want to do, what my possibilities are, and try to figure it out. So I'm not, so I have goals and I have a plan for my winter wardrobe. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so and get notified when I post new videos, because it is not always weekly as it used to be, and that's just my schedule and what allows. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.